Hello, Dinky Dana here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Cave Story, which is available on the Nintendo Wii's Virtual Console for 1200 Wii points. Cave Story is a game designed and created by Daisuke Amaya, who goes by the art name Pixel. Pixel spent over 5 years creating this game all by himself. He designed the game, produced the artwork and character designs, and even wrote the game's 8-bit style soundtrack completely on his own. I find it truly remarkable that a game of this quality can come from just a single person, but somehow it has. Not only did Pixel create this game completely on his own, but he released it as a freeware game for the PC in 2004. So not only did he spend 5 years of his life creating this spectacular game, but he decided to release it to the world completely free of charge. Just the idea behind that is reason enough for you to give this game a shot, and I'd strongly encourage you to pay the 1200 Wii points and download the WiiWare version released for the Nintendo Wii's Virtual Console in March 2010. I've just completed this game, and I had to review it in hopes of getting some of you to play it for yourselves, so on with the review. Cave Story takes on an 8-bit style reminiscent of the NES era. If you were alive when the Nintendo Entertainment System was released, you're going to know this style really well, and I personally love it. The character sprites in this game are simple and cute, the background art is colorful and creative, the soundtrack is full of 8-bit songs that fit the style perfectly, the controls are simple and work incredibly well, and the story is really interesting and well written. What more could you want from a $12 game? And that's assuming you purchase the Wii version. Otherwise you get all of this for free on the freeware version released on the PC. Anyways, let's take a further look into each of these elements. The characters in Cave Story are fairly simple, but have enough backstory to build a decent connection throughout the game. Your main character's name is Quote, and as you begin your journey, you'll find yourself in a village full of rabbit-like creatures called Mimiga who need your help. You then leave the village in hopes of helping the Mimiga, and you set out on your adventure where you'll meet plenty of colorful creatures, both friend and foe. I was quite surprised that the story was pretty interesting in Cave Story. I was expecting a typical 8-bit game with nearly no plot, and was pleasantly surprised when I ran into plot twists, choices to make, and even alternate endings. So while the story and character development is no role-playing game, it was quite fulfilling, and I think Pixel did a nice job writing it. Next I'll go over the graphics and artwork in Cave Story. Granted, it's similar to an older 8-bit NES style graphics, but they were upgraded just enough to really add a new feel to the game. As you travel through the side-scrolling world, the background art looks wonderful. In a lot of areas it's just simple still background art, but in others it's a colorful, vibrant background, moving at different speeds, giving you a really great feeling as you blast enemies out of your way. The boss fights in this game never would have been possible on the original Nintendo. The amount of action and intensity built into each boss fight was really invigorating, and once you start fighting a boss, you're on the edge of your seat struggling to stay alive while colorful explosions and bullets are flying all around you. Another great element of the graphics in this game are the weapons. The bullets and explosions look remarkable, and they have a unique style. They explode in many different shapes and colors that create really exciting visuals. Not only are the graphics for the weapons unique, but so is their leveling system. As you collect weapons throughout the game, they'll start at level 1, and as you kill enemies, they drop small golden triangles that you can collect to fill up your weapons. Once your weapon reaches a full bar, it'll upgrade to level 2 and can also be upgraded to a maximum level of 3. As your weapon upgrades, it means your weapon is going to be more powerful, have a different range, and sometimes even special abilities. Also, as you take damage from enemies, you not only lose life, but your weapon will also lose its levels. So if you're fighting and take a lot of damage, your weapon will drop from level 3 to level 1, losing its effectiveness. I can't really think of any games that I've played in the past that use this style of weapon leveling system, but I really enjoyed it. As you fight more difficult enemies and bosses, you have to strategically choose which weapon you want to use, as well as being aware of their levels. Certain weapons are more effective on particular bosses, but once they drop from level 3 to 2, they may lose that effectiveness. So it sounds a little bit complicated, but once you try it out for yourself, I'm certain you'll enjoy it. It was really a lot of fun. That explains most of what Cave Story is about, but they've also added some extra things that you can do once you've completed the game. There are new areas to explore, new modes to play, and a few other new options. Another excellent feature that they added to the game is that you're given the option of whether you want to play with the original PC graphics and music or the updated WiiWare versions. So you can mix and match using the old PC music with the new WiiWare graphics and vice versa. I thought this was a great idea and allows you to see the game in its original form and also its upgraded form. There are a few musical glitches in the WiiWare version, but overall it was very well done, and most will probably prefer the new graphics and audio. I have one complaint about this game, and it's that the triangle shards that the enemies drop make this really piercing sound when they bounce on the ground. So if there are a lot of them, and you have your stereo turned up really high, it could get really annoying, and I had to turn my stereo down just to avoid this sound. You could also lower the sound effects settings in the options menu to fix it. Overall, Cave Story is one of my favorite downloadable games, and by far the best freeware PC game I've ever seen. It'll probably take you about 8 to 10 hours to complete, and I highly recommend that everyone play this game, and I suggest that you pay the $12 to get it on the Wii's Virtual Console. I feel like I easily got a $30 to $40 value from this purchase, and if I had taken the option of downloading the free PC version, I would have felt the need to donate some money to this guy. It's incredible to see that one man's creativity, skill, and passion can create such an excellent game. I think Cave Story is a game that everyone will enjoy, and I'm going to give it a score of 9.5 out of 10. I'm Dinky Dana, I hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching.